Hello guys, and welcome to the fourth round of this F1 Championship. We are in Sochi, the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. Now this was a very good track for me, and the reason for that is because we pulled an absolute stonker out in qualifying. As you can see, we qualified P3, and the funny thing is, wait for Sebastian Vettel to pop up on the screen, and you can see we had the exact same time as Sebastian Vettel, so somehow we managed to actually get P2. We could have been demoted to P3, but luckily we wasn't. So we're starting on the front row for the first time in this game. So that's awesome. Just the fact that we actually get that P2 in qualifying, which is qualifying is definitely not my strongest goal outset. I don't know what you'd call it, but I'm just not very good in qualifying. But when it comes to the race, I'm so much better in the race. But obviously it's the race that counts. But anyway, we're going to look at the previous races and our previous positions. We came third in Australia, which is our best finish, sixth in China, which is our worst finish, and we managed to improve on that last time out in Bahrain, and we managed to get fifth place. So hopefully we can do one better. Hopefully we could challenge for the win. I mean, we've got pace, obviously being second in qualifying, and starting on the front row of the grid. As long as we get a good start, that's all that really matters. But I don't know what the hell's going on with this. On screen you can see I'm just inside Lewis Hamilton, which is not something I really wanted to do. I'm not all that into Hamilton, but it's cute that he wants to be inside me as well. But we're going to wait for the lights, and hopefully we can get off to a better start than we have done this season. We've had really poor starts off the line so far. Hamilton gets off so quickly, and we just do not get the start we want. Vettel goes round our outside. Ricciardo and Bottas are going to go another way round. Luckily we catch off Ricciardo, but we're actually making some ground on both of the Mercedes. We're going to look to the inside into turn 2, technically speaking, and we're actually going to maintain the lead. We've got Valtteri Bottas, who thinks about going down or inside, but he doesn't make that stick. But we're actually going to hold on to the lead of the Grand Prix. Going to have a look at how tight it got. Bottas was just being banged about. Ricciardo actually does get past Hamilton, so Hamilton's in P4. The pole sitter is down a few positions, but coming on to lap 3, we do set the fastest lap momentarily, but DRS is enabled. Hamilton has got past Ricciardo, so that's not good for us. I don't know how we're going to defend from a Mercedes, in all honesty. I mean, just look at the speed that Bottas has. It's absolutely disgusting. He's already completely ahead of us, but we're gonna not let him through on the braking zone. I mean, come on, we're not going to give up potentially our first race win. We're not just going to give it to him and just tickle him like that. We've got lap 5 now. A few laps later, we've got a little bit of a train of the top 4 cars behind us. We're going to pull to the outside for this next corner. We're going to let Valtteri Bottas go through, and we're going to cut back. I'm going to get better traction and just take that position back, because we're not giving this up so easily. I mean, come on. I mean, on the straights, you know, it's one thing being absolutely blitzed past them, but when it comes to the corners, if I can actually do something about defending, and I'm actually going to, I'm not just going to lay down and take it. But again, we're lucky we still haven't had a 5-second stop-go penalty, which is, I'm being very conscious of when I enter the pit lanes after I said that, because that's the last thing I want. The last race, it wasn't too bad. I think we had a lot of leeway, but it's still not worth the risk. But super soft tyres going onto our car, and we're going to pull back out. We're going to actually look for Hamilton, and Hamilton is nowhere to be seen. So it looks like he's lost a bit of time. He's lost a fair amount of time. P12 compared to last race, he was actually in last place when we came out of the pit lane. So we're going to rejoin in just outside the points paying positions, but obviously we've got to come round, and everyone is going to need to make their pit stops. As we come down the start-finish straight, we're going to see where we filter out, making it up into 7th place. A few more cars in the pit lane. Valtteri Bottas is just there. We're about to go past him now. So we do maintain first place. We absolutely killed that outlap. We absolutely demolished it. And we're just going to take the final position of Carlos Sainz, who is now in the pit lane himself. So we have Valtteri Bottas in 2nd and Kimi in 3rd. So I have no idea where Hamilton is, but good on you, Kimi. You're solid pace. Solid pace. So at this point, not much was happening. I was just getting away from the Mercedes, and on lap 10 we make a very bad mistake, almost end up in the wall, and we have Bottas actually trying to come through on our outside in this section of the track where it's really twisty and turny. So there's a lot of room for error. And again, the next lap I make the same error, but this time with Raikkonen and Hamilton in tow. So we need to be really careful about that, because we can't keep letting them get along like side by side. Like, look, we bang tyres a little bit, but Bottas could easily get away from us here, and we actually make another connection on the tyres again. But luckily, we managed to maintain this position. But starting the last lap of the race, we're still leading at this point. We can get our first win of this championship if we maintain this position. This is going to be one of Bottas's only attempts to take the lead. As we come down into turn 1, it's going to be side by side as usual, but we're going to keep the position. That was so stressful driving in game, just managing that, making sure that I didn't take him out, I didn't go out, anything like that. We're going to come around the penultimate corner of this Grand Prix, and we're actually going to take a win in the Renault as Nico Hülkenberg at Russia. We actually won a race in this behemoth. I'm actually shocked that we actually had so much pace around here. Bearing in mind, from this race onwards, I haven't done it in career mode or anything like that, so it was genuinely the first time I raced around these tracks. I was ecstatic. I mean, I'm up to Russia in my career mode, but I still practice. I think it's practice 3, because I demonstrated and I ended up skipping 2 sessions in the video just to show you the helmet worked. But nonetheless, we managed to actually win, so we haven't done too bad. I mean, we haven't finished outside the points. Our lowest position is 6th so far, so we're actually doing a fantastic job. And to get this car of all cars to the finish line in first place, like that's no easy feat. I mean, the car isn't exactly a Mercedes on the straights, and it's not exactly a Red Bull in the corners, but you know, it's a good balance. It's got good downforce and good engine. Obviously, it's the strongest Renault powered car because it's the works team, but everything just fell into place. Luckily, I was able to keep Bottas away from me, but could have been a lot worse. I made a few too many mistakes for my likings, but if we look at the standings, we're still sitting in 5th place. Hamilton is only 12 points behind Kimi Raikkonen, so Vettel's all the way down. He is all the way down. Ferrari, 10 points clear, but I'm going to see how that escalates in the next video, which is Spain. But until that video, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.